Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Indy here with Ultimate Tour Reviews, checking out some Amazon deals. Of course, it's Prime Day. I don't know if they're calling it Prime Day because it's like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So it's kind of like Prime Days or Prime Week or whatever they want to call it, really. But anyways, though, checking out some deals happening right now. So I'm just in the Prime Day deals here. There's a lot of these like kind of I don't want to call them like bait and switch deals or kind of like those hook deals or loss leader deals. There are some definitely deals to avoid in here. For example, this DeWalt kit here. This is like the worst drill and impact you can pretty much buy. It's basically the Craftsman one, just the DeWalt version. Would not recommend it. It's both brush tools, very, very old models, very, very terrible batteries. Definitely avoid this one up here. That said, though, there are some other stuff that's kind of interesting in here. I saw this circular saw kit right here. Just notice this multi-tool kit here, too. Let's see what that goes for. $119, not bad. There's two versions of this kit. This is classic DeWalt here. There's a $99 version of this kit that's sold at Lowe's. You don't get all of these accessories on in here. You know, you don't get that little nice case. You don't get all these other little pads and sanding pads in here. So they bump the price up for 20 bucks, and then they can say, hey, it's on Amazon. It's a different thing, but it's not really, you know. So you're paying 20 bucks extra for those accessories. If it's worth it to you, cool. If it's not, oh well, buy it at Lowe's. So that's what we see this a ton, you know, and DeWalt does this oftentimes by adding like a D1, D2, D3. It's kind of like a different version of the same toolkit. They just kind of throw in some accessories, something else like that to make it the same tool, just different kit. If you kind of catch what I'm saying there. But yeah, that's what they're doing there, 120 bucks. It's still not a bad deal for what it is, but if you need the stuff, not a bad price for an extra 20 bucks there. All right, that circular saw kit, or sorry, just the circular saw tool only. This thing is $139. One thing with DeWalt, though, that they do a ton is, especially when it comes to a lot of their mid to high end stuff from DeWalt, you're going to see like DeWalt XR. They got the DeWalt. There's another thing they've got too. I totally forget the name of it, but it's like their lighter version of stuff. And then this one, of course, there's like a ton of different circular saws they've got. This is the DCS 570B. According to Camel, this is going to be not the cheapest price it's been at. It's only $10 above that right now. So $129 is the cheapest it's been at a couple of times actually here. It was actually just there in, looks like October of last year, November there last year. So it's been cheaper than that, but it's still a pretty good deal for what it is. 139 bucks. I'd still go for it if I needed a circular saw. Not a bad deal right there. Not a bad deal to get right there for the price at that point. Let's move into socket sets. Someone emailed me, said, hey, what would you recommend for a good socket set for like a gift on Prime Day? That's a great question. A lot of socket sets are going to have a lot of filler, and I did a video on that not too long ago about socket sets and how a lot of them are very similar, but the ratchet is oftentimes the weakest point of these socket sets. So I like to say, hey, pick out a socket set that has a good amount of stuff, very little filler, yet could be a really good deal. So this socket set, I would say, does have some filler. You know, you can kind of see some of the bits in there and stuff, but it's got a good selection of, you know, some deep socket stuff, some extensions up here. You do have, of course, a 3/8" ratchet in there. I'm pretty sure this is not impact. I mean, it says impact socket set, but I don't think it is. It's just a black coated set. But it could be impact rated for all we know. But for $41 though, I mean, can't beat that at all. That's a pretty sweet deal right there for what that is. That's gonna have most of your sizes without going crazy. You know, like stuff like this $85, 159 piece Craftsman tool set here. This one has still a little more filler in it. It's got, you know, some hex keys, but it goes down a little bit smaller sizes. You don't need the smaller sizes. And then, of course, you know, it's got 1/4 inch and a 3/8" ratchet and a 1/2 inch ratchet in there. Those are not great ratchets anyways. You're kind of paying double the price here for getting some more trash ratchets. Honestly, that's what you're getting there with it. There's some filler in both of these sets, but I mean, if it was my money and I'm like, hey, I'm going to get you a good starter set here, I would just go for the 3/8" drive one. It's going to be all 3/8" drive socket sets. So if you got, a couple nicer, ratchets spend $20, get a nicer ratchet, you're still going to save yourself $20 versus getting that, slightly larger set there with a lot more useless stuff in there. I mean, wrenches are cheap, especially at Harbor Freight. Walmart's got them cheap too. I mean, you can kind of build what you need in this set here and still save money with this set here. So don't always just go for the biggest sockets that you can find. There's a lot of other things you can possibly do as well to give yourself a better deal and kind of build out something a little bit better. Now, of course, unless you want to just take a set and throw it in your truck and call it a day, yeah, then go with a bigger set, of course. But that's kind of just my 2 cents there. I like to go with the more budget-friendly stuff here. If you want some higher-end stuff, which I kind of always want to pick one of these up, I think it's pronounced Casey here. This is a really cool set here I've seen a couple of times. Good deal on Prime right now, $85.59 here. And of course, you're going to find a lot of cool stuff here. I did see this set here. It's kind of a no name, but for under $40 though, it's kind of this set here without all the filler. It says impact rated set. Maybe, I don't know there, but yeah, you can definitely find, if you just need sockets, you need a quick socket set, and you want to build on it from there, say in like a tool chest, more stationary, that's kind of the better way to go, in my opinion. And of course, there's lots of other things you can do here, but small stuff here, I'll get to this in a little bit too later in the video, like Torx bit sockets, a lot of the random stuff that you're going to need like once. I'll give you a great example. The drain plug on my Ram 1500 rear differential uses like it's like a 22 millimeter hex key. Such a random size. You would never have that in your tool chest, ever. And I waited till there was a sale on picking up I always if I need one of those things, I'm not going to just buy the one thing I need. I want to buy a full set of it. So if I need in the future, I need like a 21 or a 23 or a 19, I've got those sizes ready to go. So stuff like this, if you want to kind of just stock up on the random, tools you're going to need, the random bits, it's also a great time to do that as well too. All right, Metabo HPT, this is one of those things I told you guys I would check back into and tell you guys, hey, check this out. I was right here, $99, that 10-inch compound miter saw. This saw gets really good reviews. It's just a cheap miter saw that does fantastic, Nothing too fancy on this thing. It's a, hey, I need a miter saw. That's basically what it is. You need to make some quick cuts in your garage. You need to throw it in your truck if you got to be more portable. No, it's not battery operated, but it's a great little $99 miter saw. Everyone seems to kind of love it. Gets great reviews on Amazon, and when it goes on sale, it really does go on sale, which is pretty cool here. But yeah, Metabo HPT, let's see what else we can find here. Oh yes, this angle grinder set went down to $33, almost worth picking up alone just for the discs in there. I think you get, 5 discs in there, which is kind of cool. It's a corded saw. Even if you just needed like the wrench and an extra handle, it's not a bad deal for the kit, it's pretty solid for what it is, But yeah, $33, that's a fantastic deal. This thing is always right around $39. I've seen it go up in price a little bit and then come down, but $33 is kind of its usual sale price right there. Let's see what else we've got here. Here we go. The mid torque went down in price by $10. Hoping to hit him like 150 would have been kind of cool there, but oh well. And then, of course, we've got the little screwdriver kit. I'm not really a fan of these myself personally. I know a lot of people do like them, depending on what you do for work. It's one of those tools where if you need it, you definitely need it. But $58, awesome deal there all day long. And then, of course, the compact blower went down in price as well, too. Whoa, check this out. The 18-volt multi-volt cordless, this is the Spotlight here, went down to $49. Wow. With a coupon. I like that Amazon's doing this. They put the coupon price now as the price after the discount. So you're not seeing it like 20% off and you're like, okay, doing some mental math, like what's 20% off of 70? It's telling you just, hey, here's the coupon price. I really like that they're doing that now. Makes a ton of sense in my opinion. Whoa, the plunge router, $114. Wow. That's a really good price. That's like used eBay price right there. That is really cool. Guys, link in the description, of course, to all of this. You want to check this out. I'm doing like just bulk links. So I'll give you a link to this page. You can just scroll down and find it pretty easily. So really easy to find that stuff really quick. I'm hoping this grinder would go on sale a bit more, but they're running out of stock, of course, but still not a bad deal for $129 there. Let's see here. I'm trying to find the jigsaw. let's see here. That goes on sale like all the time. I picked it up really cheap here. Yeah, 76.23. That's a great price to pick that thing up. I picked up mine for like right around 70 something too. And this is a great, just no frills jigsaw. It just gets the job done. It's a kind of a cool jigsaw to have, and it just kind of works there. All right, let's move on to Dovo. I mentioned yesterday in my videos that, hey, this is going to be the big sale on the H3 360G. This is an awesome price right now, down from $350 down to $280. Great savings right there, about $70 off. Awesome deal to pick up there. Of course, this is their 360-degree self-leveling. This is the 400-foot long-range, super high-power laser level here. This is a fantastic one. You get a full hard case with it too. A lot of great accessories for this thing as well too. For under $300, that is a huge steal. Also the K4 360G. This is a great kind of more entry-level one. Also a 360-degree self-leveling, 16-line laser level, $143. Great savings on this one as well too. Really, really awesome. Road Tech has a couple of small deals right now. You know, they've got their 3-ton electric for $320. That's pretty competitive compared to most other jacks as well too. But I think the real kind of the star of the show right now is the 3-ton jacks right here for $50, and then also a 5% off promotion on that too. So kind of almost taking all your tax off as well that too. So basically $49 there. Pretty solid deal right there. As mentioned before, a lot of the consumables right now are going on sale. I like to watch out for a little bit of a hack here, but I love picking up the Craftsman drill bits because they are basically identical to the DeWalt, just cheaper. I might be wrong on that one, but I've been buying the Craftsman ones ever since because they are just half the price of DeWalt's, and they seem to be the exact same bits. And I've been saving quite a bit of money doing that, actually. So, yeah, some of these are on sale, of course, from Craftsman. I've got this Makita set here. This one on sale, like, randomly for, like, $6 one time. And I'm like, okay, bye. I bought a couple of them right when they went on sale. So this is not going on sale here at all. But it is a pretty solid set, which is pretty cool there. Amazon Basics has one. For $30, it's not bad. I mean, if you just need, like, a general purpose bit set. But I do try to stray away, of course, from the, you know, like the all-in-one bit sets. It's kind of like think of it like a Swiss Army knife. It does a lot of things, but it doesn't really do one thing really well. So if you're buying it and I see there is some hole saws in there, I bet those are going to be about the worst hole saws you're about to use ever in your life. I'm going to guarantee that. Spade bits, buy the Diablo ones at Home Depot. Those are phenomenal, you know, spade bits. The ones that are just flat and don't have a self feed, I'm never using those again. Once I went to the Diablo ones with the self feed, wow, night and day difference, so much easier. I'm sure the wood and the masonry bits in there are probably somewhat decent. I think there's a couple of nut drivers in there too. So for $30, you just kind of get like an all-around set you're going to use once in a while. Go for it, you know. Let's see if we got anything from Diablo right now. I know they sell on Amazon, but not a ton of stuff. I don't think they have any deals. I mean, there's some of the Impact step bits right now, which are kind of cool. But yeah, they usually only really go on sale at Home Depot. And when they do, I grab a ton of stuff from Diablo. Right here is those, the speed tip designs. Huge difference. Would recommend those, definitely. Way better bits. You pay a little more money for them, but they make your life so much easier. So guys, all I've got for you today, of course, looking for any tools right now. Great time to buy stuff. Amazon's perfect for those little accessory things, you know. If you need like random hex bits, you know, let me search that up quick before I end the video here. Those are phenomenal. And of course, there's tons of that stuff to find here on Amazon. You know, like some of the Allen key sets here. Actually, I'm looking for hex bit sockets. And I bought, where's the one that I bought? Right here. Here's one I bought. Swan Lake. It's an interesting brand. I'll put a link in the description, guys, of course, of this one. And this really saved my bacon that one time on that Ram 1500 that I was working on. And yeah, for $27 right now, not a bad deal. Work Pro's got one out right now, which is the Torx bits here. What is this here? This random one for 14. Yeah, there's a lot of deals right now to check through. There is a ton of stuff, guys. So, guys, I'll be doing a video tomorrow as well. Of course, there'll be a ton of new deals out as well tomorrow. So, guys, thanks for watching. Take care. Have a great day, and stay safe out there.